removed. Okay. Alright, taking a quick hit. Get right to this. Yeah, we'll do 24/7. Shoot the ship. Gold looks way better. I don't even like Damascus. That's a goddamn fruit roll-up. See, that's what I'm going for now is obsidian. 64 to 125. A lot of people don't like it, and to be honest, it's not my favorite, but I think it's like an awesome, like, oily black substance. I like it. It's also a sign of respect, too. You have fucking obsidian for sticks. Doesn't matter if you like it or not, you know, that person's probably gonna whoop your ass. Might change battle hardened, though. Find I don't really get hit with a lot until I take it off, then I get hit with them probably. Weapon switch? See, that might be better, but I can switch between the shield and the batons pretty fast. Or I can get dead silent more often. I don't know, dead silent can easily be like, once you use it, and if you get killed, it's done, right? So, yeah, I'll leave battle hardened on, man. People use flashes and shit all the time. Oh, that's what it reminds me. I might use a flash. Problem is they can still move, I think. Like this, it's weird. When I stun them, you can see them move in slow-mo, but they're somehow able to turn and shoot you. Blinds and deafens. That's what you want. The victim's movement and aiming, so you can just slide, and he can't aim over fast enough. Well, I've been using stun this whole time. It's been pretty good. Flash. I don't know what to expect out of that. I think when they get flashed, they might just start firing random like this. So I'll leave it on stun. At least it affects their movement speed. I love the Molotov. There's no doubt about that. How do you unlock this? There's no function. Should be able to earn that shit. Alright. Alright. Take a cool. Actually, I think it's already in here. Take one last hit here. One little focus hit. Be good to go. There we go. 65, so I need another 60 games. There's a good chance I'll get 10 kills with my sticks every game I play, so. And there's games where I'll get more. 20, 30, 40, 50. Fuck, I did 50 kills yesterday a few times with my sticks. That was on shipment, of course. Shoot house is still pretty good with them. It's just, the problem is the shoot house people using those snipers, which is good if you can get somewhat close because they're looking through the scope the whole time, not realizing you're fucking running up on them, about to hit them in the back of the head with a stick, which is a good feeling. Alright, let's get this hit done and over with. yeah, look at my turtle shield. It's gold. Gold turtle shield.
Cargo containers.
What the hell?
Got enemy inbound. Lock and load. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort. Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage.
Enemy at the back alley.
Personal radar's been shot down. We've lost Overwatch.
Shit.
We've got a UAV on station. Ready for flyover.
UAV entering the AO.
Five stick kills, so I got killed. Damn, man, I'm beating these people with my sticks.
RTB for resupply.
Enemy in the center.
Friendly UAV overhead. Less than a minute. We're almost there. Bring it home.
Yeah, spawn me right in front of a sniper. Yeah. That's the good stuff.
30 seconds. Time's up. Move your arms. Scored a victory, mate. Let's have another.
Man, I was only in that game for literally like 50 seconds. Man, I beat their ass with those sticks. Damn, I didn't get my 10 kills though because, well, the game was almost over. That sucks. That sucks. do this.
Stun bomb out!
Weapon time. No quarter given. Enemy is a forklift.
Stick.
Kill confirmed. Lead the
Stick.
Kill confirmed.
Fuck you.
Kill confirmed.
My bad.
Kill confirmed.
I'm on a stick frenzy, I'm sorry.
Kill confirmed.
Oh, take a seat. Take a seat!
This is Fox and Zero. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover. Kill confirmed. Enemy
No, not that one.
returning to resupply. Enemy cruise missile. Kill confirmed.
Oh, he killed his.
Right there!
Have lost the lead. Kill confirmed. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy at the dumpster. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Allied UAV overhead. Kill confirmed. Intercepted. We have taken the lead. Have a personal radar drone ready for escort. Kill confirmed. We have reached the halfway point. Get moving. Enemy at the dumpster. Kill confirmed. Enemy VTOL is KO. Kill confirmed. Radar drone ready for escort. Enemy cruise missile. Kill confirmed. Enemy UAV overhead. Kill confirmed.
Giving me these shit spawns.
Enemy in the cargo container. Kill confirmed.
What happened?
Kill confirmed. We have a personal radar drone ready for escort. Kill confirmed.
Yeah.
Falling behind. Kill confirmed. Confirmed. Airstrike. Get down. Confirmed.
I'm under fire!
Have a personal radar drone ready for escort. Find your courage. Victory will come.
I recommend you guys try the sticks. Like, look at that. First in the lobby, just sticks, man. They're fucking fun. Like, how is it that I can dominate every player with sticks? Like, you guys have guns, and they're not even gold yet, which is sad. That's a good one. I can't see. Oh, okay. It's not. It's okay. It's not an upside down cross. Doesn't mean anything. Mm. Yeah. All right. Light this up. That's fine. Alright, let's get back to fucking kicking ass with sticks. Yeah, that's amazing. These sticks are so fun that you could literally come first in a lobby, just like I did. That's fucking insane. How out of every player, in Shipment by the way, Shipment is a map that any player could get, 40 plus kills if they wanted to. And then I come out first with sticks. Like, just sticks. Like, imagine going into war with sticks. And you're just fucking beating people. Fucking hilarious. It's all about the sticks and the turtle shield. It's all about that turtle shield. I'm probably going to hit some of you with a stick. I don't know who it is or when, but it'll happen. I don't even know who's going to be on my team. Stick time.
We have taken control.
Sounds like it's already started. Mm-hmm.
No prisoners. Shoot to kill. We have lost the lead.
What?
Stun bomb out! Enemy at the forklift.
Kill confirmed.
Fuck you.
This kid.
Fuck
We have
you.
taken control.
Dude, this kid just killed me with
We have a personal radar drone
Yeah, this
ready
dude
for
just killed you
escort.
with sticks. All three of you.
Allied UAV overhead.
That dude just killed me
We're
with
halfway
sticks.
there. Keep going.
Fucking right I did.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Kill confirmed.
right behind you.
Stun bomb out! Enemy at the courtyard. Okay, actual. Send recon.
Copy. Falcon 301 route for personal radar coverage.
Enemy at the forklift. Reloading. Enemy in the back alley. Talking 3-0. Personal radar depleted. Recalling to base.
What?
Grenade out! Stun bomb out!
Enemy at the junkyard.
Dude, I was one off.
Allied cruise missile launched. Allied UAV overhead.
Enemy at the junkyard.
Kill confirmed.
Right behind you.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Fight is won. Earn your victory. We have a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Enemy at the cargo container. Personal radar copy.
Kill confirmed.
Oh, I was one away.
Enemy at the back alley.
Kill confirmed.
Using a shotgun.
Return home bloody and empty-handed. Good work.
Yeah, listen, but they go. Oh, I respect it, man. I respect it.
Oh shit.
I started late though. They're fun to play with, but
Get them
Yeah.
gold too. I respect that
Doesn't
shit.
make you better.
I'm going
though,
for
you're still
obsidian.
fucking ass.
I'm trying to get obsidian with those motherfuckers. Everybody says they respect the sticks. That's right. Damn right they do. Holy camping.
Enemy at the center.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy at the dumpster.
Friendly UAV overhead. We're down but not out. Let's go.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Kill confirmed. Day's done. You're not. On your feet, soldier.
No, I dropped my gold sticks. Throws me in halfway through. Great. Charge.
Weapons down. No.
Enemy at the dumpster.
Reloading. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. We pulled ahead.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Kill confirmed. Ready for escort.
Suck
Kill
my
confirmed.
stick.
Enemy at the fortress.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Friendly UAV overhead. Target down. We're losing ground. Step it up.
Enemy at the center.
Kill confirmed.
Suck my stick, bitch.
Kill confirmed. Got a personal radar drone.
Throwing stun!
Friendly shield turret deployed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Falling behind. Please move. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Got a personal radar drone ready
Enemy in
for
the
escort.
dumpster.
Allied cruise missile online.
Jaguar 3-0.
Kill confirmed. We've got a UAV on station.
UAV enters the AO.
Friendly care package inbound.
Don't shoot me, you
Kill
bastard!
confirmed.
Check your fire!
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Kill confirmed. Be advised. Friendly for resupply. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Man, I love me
Took
some
a beating
sticks.
today. Not gonna take it like that.
So fun.
Enemy at the dumpster.
Like, look at it. I was using a pair of wooden fucking sticks, and I'm first in the lobby. Like that, like, they're fun. 44 confirmed, too, by the way. 44 tags. 44. Can't beat that.
Stun bomb out!
No prisoners. Shoot the kids.
In the cargo containers.
Ah, two guys with a shield, okay. Stuck Molotov.
Okay.
He called me Gabe, and he's walking around with a shield. Wow, okay.
Kill confirmed. personal radar drone ready for kill confirmed. UAV is ready for flyover.
Contact! Swinging a stunner!
Enemy close to strike. Take cover. Kill confirmed. Enemies are currently obtaining control.
That's great.
We have lost the lead. Enemy close to strike. Take cover. Kill confirmed.
Enemy movement!
Enemy at the cargo container. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. We have taken control. We're halfway there. Keep going. Enemy care package inbound.
Oh, now he's hiding in a little yellow container.
Enemy at the cargo container. Kill confirmed. We have lost the lead. Enemy precision airstrike. Get down. Kill confirmed. Enemy VTOL in CEO. Kill confirmed. Enemy at the fortress. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Sentry gun active. Enemy at the fortress. Enemy care package inbound. Kill confirmed. Keep hitting them. We have this. Kill confirmed.
Come on, let's beat these fuckers.
Friendly sentry gun online. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Enemy at the forklift.
Kill confirmed.
Reloading!
Kill confirmed. We have a personal radar drone ready for escort. Copy. Falcon 01 for personal radar coverage. It's finished. We have done it.
You gotta use those sticks, man. They're fun.
Yeah, the fucking dude from the Rise Show kept calling me a pussy for using the 725. Shouldn't use a fucking Rise Show.
Well, yeah, I don't take anyone. I just, I don't take anyone's comments too seriously. It's part of a game. But look at that. First in the lobby with sticks. Let me remind you, there's no bullets coming out of my sticks.
Enemy incoming. Weapons ready.
Enemies in the air.
Command is out.
Out!
What?
Enemy at the shanty town.
I'm with you.
You're losing control.
Stun bomb out!
Enemy at the back alley.
You're losing control.
Stun bomb
We
out!
are in command here. We have lost the lead.
Alright, you wanna play shield?
Enemy at the back alley.
bitches, man.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Enemy movement!
I'm stunning him. Shield's not even gold yet.
Enemy at the back alley.
Enemy movement!
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Allied UAV overhead.
Okay. Makes perfect sense.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Stun bomb out! Molotov
Enemy at the
out!
cargo container.
Stun bomb out!
They've reached the halfway point. Get moving.
Enemy at the office. Enemy at the back alley.
Stun bomb out! No! Molotov out! Enemy contact!
Have a personal radar drone ready for escort. UAV is ready for flyover. This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
Enemy located!
Allied UAV overhead.
Enemy at the junkyard.
We are in command here. Allied UAV overhead.
Copy. Falcon 301 route. Personal radar coverage. Enemy at the shanty tower.
Personal radar destroyed. Lost coverage.
Molotov out!
1 minute remaining. We're running out of time. Push!
Reloading! I got you, let's go.
10 hours. Maintain prep. We have a personal radar drone ready.
Falcon 301.
30 seconds. We're out of time. Move. Soldat, you have lost the lead.
Enemy at the courtyard.
We have failed. Return to base.
Y'all like my pistol?
Y'all
like
like my
it too,
sticks? Y'all like my sticks too?
Yeah.
I know. They're both good.
Yeah. Good game.
Throwing
Enemy
stuff! Throwing... Check your fire!
Enemy at the forklift.
Fucking landmines, holy fuck. Come on, man.
Enemy in the dumpster.
Fuck you. Motherfucker's laying down right in the middle. Oh yeah, you can. I killed him with a flash grenade. That's hilarious. This motherfucker sets landmines every time he goes to shoot at something.
Enemy in the cargo container.
You. Oh shit! Oh, I didn't even know you're on my team.
Enemy at the forklift.
Got a personal radar.
Enemy in the dumpster.
Got a personal radar drone ready for us. We've got a UAV on station, ready for flyover.
Oh, 4! Take it! 5! Taste it! 6! Smell it! Oh, got a helo, bitch! With sticks!
Halfway there, keep lighting.
Here, suck my helo.
Enemy open. Engaging.
They left. Yeah.
Target spotted. Moving to engage.
Ah, fuck. Sorry, man. Went for the same guy. My bad. Are they hiding or just asleep?
Friendly care package inbound. Friendly UAV overhead.
Enemy at the forklift.
He's at the camping at the trash cans where he belongs.
Inbound. Enemy customs coming. Take cover.
Enemy at the forklift.
Throwing stun. Target eliminated. Throwing stun.
Cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Enemy at the center. Enemy in the cargo container.
Enemy sentry gun active.
Throwing stun.
Good, dude.
Damn, they're actually catching up. Holy fuck.
Enemy VTOL in the AO.
Of course they are.
We're losing this fight. Get your head Day's done. You're not. On your feet, soldier.
Now I just need one
I don't know
shot.
how many times I died.
Oh yeah. Here come my. Oh yeah. Oh. Just.
Oh my god.
They're so fun. Like, look, just look at this. Like, they're fun.
Jesus. Nah.
I didn't even notice they had fireworks playing in the back.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, but that looks like that's not Canada Day though.
No,
That's
but
Independence Day. It's like,
yeah, but they might do
but
both
that is
though,
still cool though.
because they know they have
Yeah.
players from all around the world. But
Yeah. I come into the game and then you're like stick. You just like hit me in the back.
I didn't even.
Look at
Yeah,
Join
I didn't
Link.
even know it was you at first.
Yeah, I joined in and then like I came into I spawned in and some people already had like 6 kills. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, how did I literally joined the game the same time it was getting ready to go, and then I fucking spawn into the game and it's already like going on. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I almost got my Juggernaut with sticks, so I was able to get the helo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just with sticks.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
It's all
Yeah,
about
man, it
switch
just
of
goes to show
position.
you. Yeah, it just goes to show you, man, that with the sticks you can make shit happen, man. I really wish there was like a dead silence perk, man. Like, fuck. Can you
It'd be
imagine
too
just
cheap
running
though.
around the
You would
map?
never be able to hear someone, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess I get that, yeah. But still, I mean, I guess now that Warzone and everything's out, I guess you kind of realize why.
oh yeah,
No,
running
they
around
never put
buildings in
sticks.
Warzone without anyone hearing you. That'd be fucking. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Climbing ladders and.
You're just like stealth the whole time. I don't know. I'm surprised nobody found like a glitch where you can make the dead silence last longer. But
Oh.
I mean, it is what it is. I guess that whole 40% thing is where your dead silence comes back 40% faster. I mean, I guess that's. I mean, as long as you're getting like 1 or 2 kills, you know, like every 30 seconds or a minute or whatever, you can have dead silence 3 to 4 times in one match, right?
Yeah.
And it lasts for like what, 25 seconds or something?
Yeah, something like that.
So out of a 10-minute match, you can realistically spend like almost 2 to 3 minutes just running around the map without anybody hearing you.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
These are almost
Speed.
Obsidian anyway. Just a couple more games and they're done. And then I get the just do anything because I don't have any other weapons I want to do. So They're all done. When the sticks came out, I was like,
Wait.
"Okay, I gotta get those."
Wait, you almost have the sticks, Obsidian?
Yeah, I just need a couple more games.
Damn.
It's pretty easy to
Hardcore.
get kills, man. You just gotta slide at the right time. You gotta lure people in.
That's true.
It becomes a routine after you do it for a while. Like shipment's so easy. There's every time you turn a corner, that's a fucking blockade. So when someone shoots at my shield, I'll run around the corner and then I'll switch past because I know he'll be running around the other way, and then I'll meet him. And then I'll meet him behind him, and I'll hit him with the fucking baton. He'll be like, "I thought he was running." And that's all I'll heal from him. So
It's fun though too. Like some people rage, right? It like makes them rage.
Well,
I'm surprised more people don't rage.
I went up against two guys with shields in Shoot House, and it was so funny. As soon as I saw the shields, I was like, "Shit, this is gonna be tough." Because there's times where I'm just like beating on their shield with my sticks, and I'm jumping, and I'm trying to get an angle, and I can't do it, right? So
Yeah.
I got the Molotov out because they don't have EOD. So the first time I saw him, I throw a Molotov, and all I hear is "fag," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm not walking around with a shield here. So I snuck up on him a few times. I know he wasn't even wearing EOD. Okay, come on. I actually had to change my EOD, man. I was stepping on so many landmines in that match, that last shipment match. There was 2 landmines every time someone spawned. He's just like, "I'm gonna throw them out immediately." That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense the amount that people are running around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it. It makes sense. I wonder if I should get the SKS gold. I've already got Topo done. So Stripes is mounted kill, so I need 10 more mounted kills. The number one thing I always have to fuck around with is long shots. I guess I don't get a lot of long shot kills, I guess. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, you purposely have to make it so that every kill, regardless if you do not do it or not, is a long shot.
Yeah.
So like for me, for like that reload challenge, every time I spawn, I'll run a little bit because I'm in my spawn, and once I get to the middle of the map, I'll just shoot the wall, I'll reload, and then I'll charge and see if I can find someone around a corner. And then I'll do it again. If I don't find anyone, I'll shoot at the wall, and then I'll do it again. It just, you got to focus really on that challenge. You have to go out of your way sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't do it on shipment, but Shoot House you can do your long shots. You just stand up on that wall and just peg the other guy on the walls.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
I'm gonna take a quick hit here. Gotta open up a new shatter.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see, which one shall I have? Let's see.
Livestock is hiring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to work at a sneaker store. I would just do it like as like a part-time thing, right?
Yeah.
Just mainly for the discount. Just mainly for the employee discount. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, considering I work 9 to 5, you know, I have weekends off. You know, like just work like 4 hours on the weekend. Like 4 hours, 5 hours each day on the weekend. Make a bit of money. You know what I mean? Yeah, who can't use an extra like $1,000 a month?
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever it may be. You know, and get like an employee discount. I'd feel more comfortable like buying clothes and shit like that if I got like a heavy discount. If I got like 30% off or 40% off or something like that, you know, then I would be more comfortable spending my money on that kind of stuff. But nowadays, if I can't find a discount code, or I can't get free shipping, or I can't get something like that, I just don't buy it. Like, last night, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm like, I need to get a new controller. I was like, I'm going to get a scuff controller, right? I'm like, fuck it. I've been thinking about getting one for like 2 years. I'm like, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going through and I'm modifying it and all this other shit. It's like $220 US.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, pfft. It's like fucking $325, and then it's like it's gonna take like a month and a half to have the controller like made and shipped, and then what they don't tell you is you gotta pay duties on that shit.
Yeah, by the time it comes, the PS5 will come out.
Yeah, no. By the time it comes, I can buy another PlayStation
Yeah.
for the amount of money, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, that's just so stupid. Like that's stupid. Like as much as it would be cool, and you know what, it would give me an advantage and shit like that. I'm like, oh, I'm not spending that kind of money on something like that, man. Like fuck that shit. For that amount of money, I can do driver's training to go get my fucking G2.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, I had more money than I used to have more money than I had common sense. Now I've just got common sense and a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Right? Like I finance half of what I pay for. Like I went out and I was like, you know what? I want to get some shirts. I want to get some other shit. So I financed it. Got like $1,000, and I pay like $25 every 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So I bought like 3 shirts. Paid I think $32, and now every 2 weeks I pay $32 up to like the next month and a half or something, because it was like $100 or whatever. So I'm fine with that. Like I'll finance it. You know, it's just be smart with my money. Like I honestly would rather take whatever extra money I have and put it towards my next month's rent, get me ahead, than spend $400 on a fucking controller. Like that's just stupidity. That's just dumb. Like fucking Kate messaged me and she's like, "Do you have any money left?" and blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Yeah." Like I'm not gonna tell you how much money I have, but yeah. She's like, "Oh, I thought you would have like spent it all." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." I've been trying to buy groceries. Something's fucked up with my debit card. So I keep, I can't use my Visa debit card. Like supposedly I went over my limit because I spent like $285 on my Rogers bill. Spent like, paid like $300 towards rent because I had already paid $1,000 towards it last month.
Yeah.
So hence why I have an extra bit of money. And I called the bank, and they're like, "Yeah, you went over your limit." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "My monthly limit is like $5,000." I'm like, "I have not spent anywhere near $5,000 in the last month."
That might be on debit only, though. Like, there's different categories. There's ATM, debit only, online. Just, you know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, is tomorrow I'm paying to take an Uber, right? So I was like, I called them and I was like, "You guys need to fix this shit because like I use this constantly, right? To pay for stuff." And then the girl's like, "Oh well, you're approved for like a credit card. They approved me for a credit card." I'm like, "How the fuck?" Right? I'm like, "How am I approved for a credit card?" Like, "Oh yeah, we approved you for like a Scotiabank credit card or a Scotiabank Visa card or whatever it is." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I don't want it."
Yeah.
It's like, "Well, you know, it'd probably be smarter than using your debit card." And I was like, "Okay, well, how much interest are you guys charging me?"
Yeah.
Because I have shitty fucking credit, right? So I was like, "How much interest? So if I spend $500, how much are you guys charging me on top of that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's 28%. I was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah.
I'm like, "So if I spend $250 in a month on my credit card, you guys are going to charge me 28% interest on that? No, absolutely not."
I know.
I'm like, "So what? For every $250 I spend, you guys are going to charge me $40?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck, get the fuck out of here." So I think if I can scrape together some extra money, I'm just gonna get a secured credit card.
Yeah.
I just got to come up with the $500 to do it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move all of my Netflix, my YouTube Premium, my Google Play or my Amazon Prime or whatever it is. I think I got like probably $40-50 a month worth of like membership shit that I pay for, right? So I don't want that shit going on my Visa debit card anymore. It's not building my credit. I'm not, you know, it's not doing anything, right? So I called the guy that I'm doing the loan installments for or whatever. So like one loan is $2,400, another is like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
So it's going to take like 2 years. But the cool thing is at the end of the installment date, I get that money.
Oh, okay.
So it's my money. So every single time I make a positive payment, it gets reflected on my credit because it looks like I have a line of credit and I'm making a payment towards it every month.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cool way of, like, it's not cheating, but it technically is because I don't actually have a line of credit. But on my credit report, that's what it comes up as. It comes up as, you know, credit payment or line of credit payment or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I called the guy and I was like, listen, I'm like, you know, $500 is a lot of money for me, like, right now. And I asked him straight up, I'm like, if I get this prepaid credit card, what am I going to get out of it? Like, how long is it going to take? How is it going to help me build my credit? How quickly is it going to help me build my credit? He said that I could increase my credit by 60 points in probably a year. And considering my credit is like a 554, that's like a 614 or whatever, right?
Yeah, but you can do that naturally though. That's an average number. That's not special. Yeah. That's the average speed. Like,
well,
we were told that by the mortgage broker too when we had our credit looked at. She was telling us.
So how have you been building your credit? Like, did you got a secured credit card, right? Where you actually had to like pay for it?
Yeah,
and then
I got one.
Them the money?
Yeah, I got one probably about 3-4 years ago. I gave him the 5,000 to put on there.
Did it work? Like, has it? Like,
I've never
like
checked my credit. Man, the only time I found out what my credit was when we went to the mortgage broker about housing and that. That's when I found out my credit for the first time. What I do know is that I was an R9 credit once, which was the worst credit you can get in Canada.
Right.
And it takes, I think, 6 years or something like that for it to be off your profile. And my credit is like 680 right now. So I'm assuming that my credit did better, because if you were an R9, I don't know what a credit score would look like in R9. So maybe 4 point something?
So,
I don't know.
So anything below a 600 is like poor.
Yeah.
So if you're below a 600, you're not getting anything. They're not approving you for anything.
Yeah.
So the problem is that I haven't had a credit card since I was like 19. I'm 33, right? So I literally, Duty, I never even realized this. My one credit report through Equifax is completely blank.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's blank. There is nothing there. And when I applied for a loan one time, they looked at it and they were like, this is completely blank. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, there's no credit history. They're like, have you never had a credit card, or you've never had a line of credit or anything? And I was like, I bullshitted, right? I wasn't going to be like, yeah, I had fucking 3 credit cards and I just never paid them and they disappeared.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, no. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, I just never needed one. They're like, what you need to do right now is just go out and get a prepaid credit card. Right now, supposedly, so there's two separate things. There's Equifax, and then there's something else. So there's two major credit places in Canada, right? So the one credit place that I have, there's 2 amounts still showing as owing. So I have an outstanding balance, I think, of like $1,200 that's owing, but it'll disappear in like 2 years. So I'm just gonna wait for it to fucking fall off my credit. Like, I'm just gonna wait for it to disappear. So that one I have bad credit. Like, that one I have 2 outstanding amounts, and if that's the credit that they run, they'll see that I have 2 outstanding debts. And I've been turned down before. They're like, hey, just prove to us that you paid those amounts and we can talk, right? Yeah. Now, other places I've realized use Equifax, and I've been turned down because I just don't have any credit. Yeah. I just don't have a credit report. So I'm like, so you're telling me I could literally just go around, Duty, and be like, hey, who do you guys use for your credit? And if they're like, oh, yeah, we use Equifax, I could be like, boo-ha-ha-ha, okay. Because it's completely... So I literally could just build my Equifax score, get a prepaid credit card, use it for a year, and I would have like stellar credit. There would be nothing negative. Right now there's nothing negative and there's nothing positive.
Yeah.
So I really, I have an opportunity to just build my credit. The thing that fucked me over, and this is what infuriates me, is my credit score was 576, okay? I was just under 600. Okay, 600, I wouldn't have to be dealing with this bullshit with Kate. I could have gone to Rogers. I could have got my own phone. I wouldn't have to be dealing with all this bullshit with her being like, I'm gonna turn your phone off, and all this other shit. So anyway, long story short, the place that I went to check to see if I could get approved for financing for a car, I went to this place, and I shit you not, dude, this guy submitted at least 6 to 8 credit things to try and get me approved for financing.
Oh, okay.
This guy fucked my credit report. I called the one place about getting approved for a line of credit, and the first thing they saw on my credit report was like credit pull, credit pull, credit pull, credit pull, credit pull. That's all they saw, like 8 fucking times. So that shit's on my fucking report now, and that shit stays there for like a year. So if I go to get approved or I go to apply for anything, that's the first thing they're gonna fucking see on my credit report. Is that I basically hit up every financial institution in Canada trying to get approved for an auto loan. So it honestly took my score from a 576 to a 554.
Oh, wow.
This guy fucking around cost me 22 points in the matter of 2 months, 60 days.
Wow.
This guy took 22 points off my credit score. Because every single time you do a credit pull, it's like 2 or 3 points.
Damn.
So this guy fucked me. And I called and I told him, I'm like, dude, why the fuck did you do this? He's like, oh, you know, this is just what we do. I couldn't get approved I couldn't get you approved, you know, our normal vendors, so I just had to try some other places. He's like, I got you approved at TD for an auto finance loan and all this other shit. I was like, dude, you fucked up my credit. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, can you get this removed off my credit report? I'm like, dude, I'm getting calls from places where I'm applying for financing and I'm applying for loans, and they're asking me why I went to 10 different places to try and get financing for an auto loan.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, well, you know, it should fall off your report in the next year. I was like, okay, yeah, thanks. I was like, thanks for fucking me. So in future, this is just, I mean, obviously you're not going to have to do this because you're in a better, you know, your credit is fucking 120 points higher than mine, and you have more money than me. But in future, do not go to any of those no credit, bad credit auto financing places.
Oh, okay.
Because they will fuck you. They will fuck you. And I never said that he was allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I never said that. I never knew that I agreed that this guy was literally going to spend a week shopping me around to every single lender on the planet. This guy did everything short of like taking my file to a loan shark.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, will you give this guy $5,000?
Well, yeah, he wants the sale, right? So if you get approved.
Oh yeah.
So.
He gets the money.
Yeah, anybody that sells something, you know, I'm always skeptical of.
Yeah, but like I pulled up my credit report, and that's the first fucking page of my credit report. Is credit pull, credit pull, credit pull, credit pull, credit pull.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, bro, I know my credit's shitty. That's why I haven't used my credit. That's why I don't use my credit for fuck all. Dude, I haven't applied or done anything with my credit in fucking 10 plus years. 10 plus years. I was a ghost. You know, and dude, I can't remember the last time I had a credit card in my name. I honestly think I was probably 19. That was the last time I had a credit card in my name.
Yeah.
Been a long ass time. Been a long ass fucking time. And you know, this fuck cost me 20 points off my shit. You know how long it takes to build 20 points, man? It could take you fucking 3 to 4 months for me to rebuild that.
Oh yeah.
Fucking cocksucker. Especially considering I don't even have a fucking G2. Jesus. I got one fucking eye, man. Like, you know how much anxiety I have driving a fucking car? Everybody's like, oh, just get behind the wheel and drive. You know, that's okay. Just go ahead and do it. I'm like, can you see out of both of your fucking eyes? They're like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, then you don't know what the fuck it's like. Like Kate used to always say to me, like, you know, just drive. Just get in the car and drive. Just you know, you're never going to know if you're able to do it if you don't try. Right?
Yeah.
And I lied. Like, when I went to get my G1, dude, they didn't know that I was blind in one eye. I never admitted that shit. I don't tell anybody that. There's probably You, my sister, my mom, I don't even think Kayla knows that I'm blind in one eye. Maybe most of my exes, but short of that, nobody knows. I don't tell anybody. I don't tell anyone. I don't say anything to anybody. But I've had people, like, they've been, like, waving at me, or they've been trying to talk to me, and they're on, like, the left side of my face, and I can't see them.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people having a conversation with me before, like, talking to me, and they're like, Ryan, and I'm like, yeah? And they're like, did you just space out? And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. They're like, I was, like, waving my hand in your face. I just can't fucking see, man. It is what it is. Fucking, Rick fucking socked me in the eye when I was a fucking kid, man, and he like detached my retina. Like, the fuck, man? Like, anyway, alright, let's,
Yeah, I was just trying to fucking... This shatter's a little bit different texture, just like any other... Like, wheat, different texture, a lot of... No, it doesn't mean it's bad or good, it's just... You have to, just do it differently. Alright, it's a little bit more stickier, so you can't really just, like...
What kind of buzz is it?
What's that?
Is it like a more
it's hard to
mellow?
explain. It's hard to explain to someone that, like doesn't
smoke, yeah.
Yeah, or hasn't really, like, dipped into, like, the chemicals in their life or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain a feeling. It really is. You're like, obviously it's weed, and obviously I'm assuming you're probably gonna end up trying. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't, because it's shatter.
No. Like, I gotta do something, man. Like, I'm looking for something that'll mellow me out, but I'm not, you know, I'm not taking fucking Xanax. I'm not doing shit like that. I'm not fucking doing it. You couldn't fucking put that shit in my mouth, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
I don't.
I've had doctors offer it to me before. Like, my current doctor was like, oh, you know, if you have high anxiety and you're ADHD and all this other shit, he's like, you know, I could give you Xanax to try. And I was like, absolutely not. Yeah. I was like, I don't do needles. I don't do fucking pills. I'm like, the worst thing I did in my life was ecstasy when I was a kid. But I was like, I don't do chemicals. I don't do shit like that. I'm like, I just don't do it. You know, addictions in my family, especially with alcohol, that's why I don't drink. I just don't do it. It's just not for me. You know?
Well, it depends how how headstrong you are, because, like, I'm also a good example of addiction in my family, and I'm not an alcoholic, but I can sit there and have fun and drink with people, but then when I go home, it's not like I keep going, right? But
no. See, that's the difference, right? Like, I'm the same way. Like, I love rum.
No, but it doesn't mean you can't do it because, like, you think that, you know, since it runs in your family, it may affect you different, or you may have had a bad experience once or twice. Listen, everyone has a bad experience once or twice on alcohol. There's no doubt about that. Weed, yeah. You know, weed, you may forget something important or something stupid, but, you know, whatever. It's not like...
No, I guess it came off the wrong way. Like,
oh, shit, my wife's in labor. Oh, fuck, I forgot. You know, I meant to go get a chocolate bar, and I'm just spaced out bowling.
No, like, I mean, like, I guess it came off the wrong way. Like, I'll casually drink.
Yeah.
But, no, like, if you're going to give me something that people are addicted to, like Xanax.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Or, what was one thing that I really wanted to try? It's a big joke. Like, I forget what it's called. It's like the new form of ADHD fuck. Yeah, anyway, so it's just like super addictive. Like, it's medication made for people with, like, attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
So ADD medication will mellow somebody out. Somebody who has ADD or ADHD, if they take the medication, it mellows them out.
Yeah.
But for people that don't have it, it's basically speed. You can stay up for hours. You're, like, super hyper focused. There was a huge problem with it in Waterloo. A lot of students were taking it because, you know, they could stay up for 3 days studying.
Yeah.
And shit,
or
right?
play Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, there was an epidemic in water. There was an epidemic in Waterloo. Like all these students were overdosing,
Oh.
and they were ending up in the hospital, and it was all because they were taking this prescription ADHD medication, and they shouldn't have been. I forget what it's called.
What makes someone think that they have to stay up that much to be able to fucking study? That makes no sense to me, man.
They're Asian.
Yeah, I know. You dishonor our family.
They have tiger parents who will beat the fuck out of them if they don't get an A.
Have you seen that South Park episode of the Human Centipede? Kyle's in the middle.
Yeah.
He's
you
like,
want me to eat the sushi, bro?
"Oh, the cuttlefish! I'm going to eat the cuttlefish."
You want me to eat the cuttlefish? And you'd be like, oh my god. Have you seen the actual Human Centipede movie?
Yeah, there's 3 of them, I think.
Oh, fuck. It was
The second
so
one's
gross,
stupid.
man.
I swear the second one is some, like, parking lot attendant. And he fucking does the experiment. What doesn't make sense to me is the guy's not even fucking a doctor. What he's doing is he's watching the first movie in his little parking area. And then he tries to do it on, like, 6 people. He tries to make, like, a 6-7 person one.
Oh, wow.
So it makes no sense to me.
Oh,
See,
Adderall.
oh, Adderall. Okay. Yeah, that's been out for a while.
Adderall, yeah. Me and you could just take Adderall and play Call of Duty for like 3 days straight. Like, hey man, you need to sleep? Whoa!
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so the thing with Adderall, so it's like Ritalin back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So Ritalin was just speed. That's why there was that huge lawsuit about it. All those doctors got disbarred. Or not disbarred, sorry. They lost their medical license because they were giving Ritalin to children. It was speed. So they were giving speed to kids.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the kids grew up like addicted to drugs and all this other shit. So anyway, I was trying to get on Adderall. And when I asked my doctor about it, he treated me differently.
Yep.
He's like, well, why specifically do you want Adderall?
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, I've heard that that's the new medication, like for people with attention deficit disorder and ADHD. He's like, yeah, but tell me why you asked me for Adderall specifically.
Your mistake was asking for any drug from a doctor. I've been down that road. Once you ask, no chance. No chance.
Yeah, he didn't give it to me. He's like, I can give you like meta like Ritalin or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like the least of the medications. They build you up.
It had Ritalin in it. And I was like, I'm not taking fucking Ritalin. I'm like, you're going to turn me down for Adderall, but you're going to give me speed?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, oh, dude, like my doctor, he went, as soon as I asked him for that, he went through the roof.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Okay, now he's like, well, I need to do independent testing. I need you to do blood work. I need you to go to a psychiatrist. I need you to go to a psychologist. He basically said it. He's like, I'm not giving you anything for probably like the next 6 months.
Yeah.
He's like, I am not giving you any kind of prescription medication because I guess in Kitchener-Waterloo there's a huge opioid epidemic.
Yeah.
So they have to take that shit really seriously because you can lose your medical license. So I'm like, bro, I've had ADD and ADHD since I was diagnosed when I was 6 years old. He's like, well, where are your medical records? He's like, I need to see the diagnosis from your doctor. And Dr. Bacon, he lost his medical license in the late 90s because of malpractice.
Yeah.
He was giving untested drugs to children, and there was a civil suit, and he lost his practice. So anyway, I have no way of getting my medical records. I don't know what happened to my medical records from when I was a kid, and you know my mom. My mom doesn't keep shit, right?
Yeah.
No paper trail. You know, just in case my mom.
The hospitals
no
and shit would have them.
Yeah, so I had to do like a CAT scan. I had to go for MRIs. They put like this cap on my head, and they had like all these neurotransmitters and shit on it. And they took scans of my brain. Like, this is the fucking 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I remember sitting in fucking, like, laying in hospital beds when I was, like, fucking 6 in the hospital, like, for hours. And they would put me in this machine, and it would go, whoop, whoop, and it would take
MRI,
pictures of my
yeah.
brain. Yeah, they put me in for a fucking MRI. And now I got this doctor that's basically saying, no, you got to do all this shit again.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit again. You're going to tell me what I do and do not have? Like, I know what I had to go through.
Well,
when
they
I
have
was a
music
kid to
this
get
time,
tested.
man. You get to have headphones in the MRIs this time, so. Well, at least in
Really?
Hamilton,
I thought you
yeah.
can't have anything.
No,
can't have
it's a
anything
headset that they
magnetic
put
or
on your
whatever.
head. Like, if you need your head scanned, yeah, you can't have it on. But if you need anything else, which is the majority of society, not everyone needs the head scanned. But yeah, you get to yeah, but they can blare music. I think they have I think they have materials that can go in there. Like, I had a loony in my sweater and I forgot. It just sucked it to the top of the roof. And I was like, yeah, I was like, sorry, I forgot I had a loony. They're like, oh, it's all right. But in their head, I could see them like, you know, it just.
That thing could have shot out of there like a bullet, man. It could have been like, Phew!
I know.
And fucking just fired it. That's actually pretty cool. But no, like, it sucks. Like, I'm laughing about it, but I really don't want to have to go through that again, man. It sucks. It's, you know, doing it as a kid, that's one thing. But, like, you know, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir telling you about it, but, you know, it
Well,
sucks.
I
Like, don't
wouldn't
wanna-
mind doing those tests. Like you said, the only reason is because I've had some tests that even I hate, and those usually involve, like, sticking small pins into your leg nerves and then shocking you.
Ugh.
And that, oh man, it actually has to pierce your skin and touch your nerve. Like, it actually has to go in and touch your nerve with the pin. And then they send these, like, currents through to see what nerves are working, and they do it to all your nerves in your legs and shit. It's fucking weird. Oh man.
Dude, my doctor talked to me for like 5 minutes, and he's like, "You need to go to a psychologist." I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, "Really?" He's like, "You know, you need to go talk to somebody." He's like, "You have the benefits?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have benefits." And he's like, "Okay, that's good." He's
Let me
like,
get. Did he recommend someone?
He recommended somebody, but the good thing is that through my benefits, I don't get the standard shit. So basically, I get like preferred, what they consider as preferred treatment, or not. Okay, anyway, preferred treatment isn't the proper word, but I don't have to.
It's not
go
the community
to the
college
regular
treatment.
ones.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's not the ones that are covered by OHIP, essentially. So I get like the higher tier psychologist, right? My interesting thing is that I really want to be in the room with somebody because I love analyzing people. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to be in the room with somebody that's going to analyze me.
Yeah.
This is going to be.
To be
so
honest
much
with you,
fun,
it's not what
dude.
you think, man. That's not what they do. Trust me, it isn't. They actually just talk to you. It's really what they don't give an opinion to you. That's not what they're there for. What they do is they just give their opinion to someone else, which is usually okay. They don't give it to someone else. They put it on paper, and whoever put you there is the one that's going to be reading that paper. And they're just there as a human being just to talk to you, and they don't actually judge you by saying, "Oh, well, he has these traits." That's not how they word it. They actually word it in a nice way where it's like, well, it seems like he has a lot of energy, so he may have the OCD or whatever that he brought up during the... You know what I mean? It'll be like that. So just take that into consideration. Don't think that they're not on your side or that they're going to treat you a little bit different or they're going to write down some shit because... So just prepare for that because that's not how they are. That's not how, at least from my experience, I've seen a few of them and I don't think... Yeah, they're just there to, like, their job. It's like they're nice people. They're like they're there for a reason.
Yeah, well, I just want to, I want to know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I want to know what's, I mean, you most of all, like, I'm not normal. Like, my brain doesn't work normally.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life white-knuckling it. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. If I can get treatment and be a grown adult and get treatment and get help, if it makes me a better, kinder, more organized, more successful person, like maybe I'll stop moving jobs every fucking 8 months. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll be able to hold down a relationship. Shit like that. I mean, those are drastic goals, but I know everything starts with me, but I want to know more about myself. and self-analyzing and saying I'm this and I'm that and I've got this because of this and blah 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 blah, that's all bullshit. I'm not a clinical professional. I don't do this for a living. I'm just talking myself in. I could go see the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist could be like, yeah, you're perfectly fine. Yeah, you've got some issues that you need to deal with, but I think you just need to go to a few counseling sessions and stuff like that and work it out, right? They may say I don't need medication. They may say I just need some counseling. I just need to talk to somebody, right? That's what they may say. Or they may say, yeah, you've got PTSD and you've got sociopathic traits and you need to get treatment and you need to have regular visits to the psychiatrist and you need to get medical treatment and stuff like that. So, I mean, whatever it is, if it will make me a better, more positive thinking, more focused, and a more successful person, I'm all for it. 100%. Like, I'm not going to turn down anything that may better my life. Right, that's the whole goal. I
don't see that shit. I don't know, man. I don't see that shit to be any type of help. I don't know why. Like, I was able to experience different people, different offices, different cities. I was able to experience it from different sides, and I don't see that stuff helping. I don't. The only reason I think that is because when I was there, from the beginning to the end of the meetings, whether they get you to play these little stupid games or see how well your reflexes are, how good your brain movement is. So sometimes they might test you. They might give you these little stupid games to do, right, where it starts off easy and it gets difficult as time goes on. And I just... It's not something that I think... Maybe it's just because I feel that I've already had experiences that have taught me everything already. Like, not everything, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just the majority of shit that I need to know. So it's like whatever stunts and tests that they do, I already know why they're doing it. I already know the answer of it, and I felt like I was just wasting my time. So that's me, though. For you, I don't think you need someone to tell you. Like...
No, I'm pretty sure I know.
Like, if it's paid for, go ahead. Like, fuck, may as well, right?
The problem is that I'm self-diagnosing, right? And that's dangerous. When you start self-diagnosing yourself, you start talking yourself into a hole, right? Like, right now, my thing is I can, like... It's hard to understand.
You just need to focus. I think that's what it comes down to. And I think that's as simple as it gets for them just saying, okay, well, if it's focus that you need, then what we can do is we can offer you a medication, because if you have trouble focusing, there's no fucking group that you can go to so that you can focus. That's not how that works. Medication helps you focus. If you can't like Matthew, he has a huge issue like that. He can't focus. That's why he's on medication. Of course, I don't know exactly what he's taking, but...
Right.
And I think he has a tic. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But I know that he has trouble focusing. But when he's on it, he focuses fine. But there's always repercussions of those medications after you start taking them. Neither you think that you need it because you're like, oh, well, I could get this done faster and more maturely if I was on it. Right? Because I know better than anyone. I've been on the Percocets, I've been on shit, and I've been on the Percocets to the point where I used to take them just to feel better in the hospital, because when you can't move, you need your mind to kind of help you out, and your mind sober doesn't do anything in a hospital. But 2 Percocets, though, it makes you just enjoy everything. You start opening your phone, and you start, like, watching YouTube and watching movies and Elf and Favorite Children. And that's it, right? So I get it. Doesn't mean I understand it to the point where it's like, yeah, it's okay to do it. Like, that was when I learned it. It's not like I knew it and then I did it anyway. That's when I first learned, oh, okay, I get it. You can actually take them for other reasons, right? But that's what they're meant to do, apparently. They're meant to make you feel like that because of all the pain and bullshit that you have, but...
Yeah. My thing is, and this is the one thing that I worry about, and I don't tell you this lightly, right? Because I don't want people to think of me differently, but... My whole thing is that and it's fucked up to say this, but like I scare myself sometimes. Like throughout my life, like violence and shit like that, it doesn't bother me. Like when I get upset about something, like whatever it is, no matter how minuscule it is, I immediately go to violence.
Well, yeah, you've been doing it for so long. That's a reaction, though. Imagine.
But the problem is that I don't want to just like punch you. Like in my head, I'm actually watching myself kill you. Like in my head, I'm actually like, okay, I can grab this knife and I can put it into the side of your neck. And I'm actually watching myself in my head do this. And to me, it's like, oh, well, this is normal. Like, you know how many times I've smashed bottles and shit like that and gone after people? Like, dude, I should be in jail. Like, I really should. Like,
yeah, but
I am honestly
so
surprised.
should most sports athletes. You know how many UFC fighters do that? You know how many football players, hockey players get caught doing that in bars and shit? Man, everyone has these type of issues just on different levels, right? Like, there's UFC fighters that literally start fights with bodyguards at clubs, and they fucking kick the shit out of them. You know what I mean? And then in their interview, he's like, oh, I don't know, I just blacked out. Next thing I know, they're all laying on the ground. Like, it's like, it happens, but
that's the way it is for me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but does it mean
out.
that they have to go to a psychiatrist? Are they taking medication? Probably. I wouldn't doubt that. I think medication I'm against it, but is it useful in some situations? I think so. I think your type of situation, it would have to be, because counseling doesn't help you, because your issue is you can't focus, and because you can't focus, you automatically just short the fuse because you can't focus.
Yeah.
You can't just do it longer and then you realize the problem goes away. The problem is that problems only stick with you for a little bit, but since you don't have the patience to stick with it, you fucking lose it immediately while the problem just started. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I think medication helps you with that. So I think that's the route you should actually go down. That's the first time I've ever told someone that medication goes down, because you're not a weed smoker. That was always my first thing, is smoke weed. It calms you out. Worst thing you're gonna do is fucking raid the fridge and pass out. You know what I mean? So instead of waking up in a jail cell, you're waking up with the fridge door open.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we'll see when you come down. Then we'll see what this does, because this is a good experiment. Then.
Yeah, because it's just like I don't know, man. Like, that's the one thing I hate. Like, violence to me is not like it's as normal as talking. My whole thing is like, okay, we're speaking now. Okay, now we're just gonna fight.
Yeah.
Right, like it doesn't. It's there has to be a separation, right? Violence is a very extreme thing. Okay, that is a last resort. Should only be used if you feel like you're being physically threatened and you need to defend yourself. To me, I put that on par with like any form of disrespect. You raise your voice to me, I want to hit you.
Yeah.
You know, you bump into me, I want to hit you. You know, like it's so fucking stupid, but it's there. And I have to deal with it, right? It's just, I mean, hopefully medication helps. Hopefully something helps.
That's your only,
right?
that's your only resort, because.
Yeah, I don't want to be this way anymore. I don't. It's not conducive. I don't like looking like a fucking spaz, okay? I don't like scaring people. I don't like people worrying about me, telling me that, it's only a matter of time before I kill somebody or I go to jail.
Well, no, it's simple.
Like
the way you bring it up to them is say, listen, this has been happening all my life. I've been staying away from medication because I'm not a big fan of it, and I've been doing it the natural ways, and it's not working. I think it's time to see what can help me focus and what can help me put all my energy into something else, and then see what they say. Never bring it up as in, I need this, or is this available, or what about this? Once you name a product, they right away. Like, I had worse issues because Dr. Voon, which is my Korean doctor, or whatever race he is, he was my dad's doctor and my brother's doctor. So because of their issues, I was already held to a fucked up standard. So when I came out of the hospital and I said, listen, I go, the only thing that can help me out right now is Percocets. I go, I know it's a strong drug, I get it, but nothing else.
Oh, no. Yeah,
but nothing else helps. So right away he was like, no, this and that. And then I forget what he said, but he said something that made me say, is it because of my family history that you're kind of treating me unfair? And he goes, well, no, but obviously, it can run in the family, this and that. I go, when have you ever known me as a patient to ever have any suspicion that I've been under any other drug than weed? I go, you know me. I go, I just got out of the hospital. Literally, I was living there for 3.5 months, and all I'm asking you for is pain medication. And we were yelling at each other, and then I told him, you're just a piece of shit. Listen, you're only one. And listen, the medication you just offered me is like $70. I go, what I'm asking for is $15. I go, so it's also helping me out financially too, but of course, your pharmacy's downstairs, which means that you get some of that money, which is true. Doctors sell shit, and if the pharmacy's down there, they get some of the money. So I lost it on him, and then he was trying to be kind of like pissy after that, where he'd be like, oh, can you not come in smelling like weed? And I told him, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because I smoke it at home and then I come here. So that has nothing to do with you. And he's like, yeah, but the clients that are sitting and waiting in the room have a problem with it. I go, yeah, so what? I have a problem with them smoking cigarettes and coming in here and smelling like a chimney, but you don't hear me complaining. Which is true. I'm trying to make a valid point, and he thinks I'm being a smart ass, which I'm not. Do you think people would be like, oh, I love the smell of cigarettes to marijuana in a small office room? It's stupid.
Oh, dude. There was a guy, so I went to pick up my prescription for my cream, right? And there was a guy standing at the Frederick Mall, 2 feet away from the doors. And this guy's chain smoking, and he's blowing it in my face, literally blowing it right in my face. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, dude, can you just move down a little bit? It gives me a headache, it makes me nauseated. Can you move down a few feet? And he was an older guy, and he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. So he starts so before he walks away from me, he lights another cigarette, 2 feet away from my face, and he looks me dead in the eyes. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I'm like, that to me seems like a blatant thing of disrespect, but I'm not going to flip out. I've been doing that now. I've been every single time I start to feel super angry, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get mad. Just relax, right? I'm like, it's a beautiful day outside. I'm about to go home. I'm going to play some video games. I'm going to talk to you. I'm like, I'm not going to cause a scene, right? I'm not going to do it. So he walks away. He starts smoking again. So by this time, I've already got a fucking headache because this guy's smoke is blowing in my face. So I'm mad. It's 33 degrees outside. I'm sweating my ass off. I have a fucking headache. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to throw up because this guy's blowing smoke in my face. So I walked over and I smacked the fucking cigarette out of his hand. I just walked over and I was like, whoosh, and smacked it out of his hand. And he's like, what the fuck? And there was a lady in the parking lot. And she's like, what are you guys doing? And I was like, I told this guy to stop fucking smoking. I'm like, I feel sick. I go, I'm almost 90% sure I have an allergy because I immediately got a fucking headache. I feel like I'm going to vomit. I'm like, it's hot as fuck outside. And I was like, and this guy is not respecting me and he won't walk away. So the guy goes to light up another cigarette. So I grab his pack of cigarettes, snap it in half, throw them in the fucking road, and I'm like, get inside. I'm like, just fucking go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you young fucking punks, you all think you're so tough. And I was like, dude, I'm like, you can either get inside or I can move you inside.
Yeah.
I'm like, I asked you nicely. I asked you fucking nicely. I'm like, I told you I feel sick. I go, I have a fucking headache. I'm like, I asked you to move. I'm like, I asked you multiple times. I'm like, you clearly have no respect for me, so I'm not going to respect you. I don't care. I apologize. You're an older man, and I'm sorry that I'm having to do this to you. But if you were my age and you had an older person doing this to you, you would fucking do the same thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, fine, go fuck yourself. He's like, you fat fucking asshole. So I took the cigarette that he threw on the ground, I picked it up, and I flicked it right at the back of his fucking neck. It hit him in the back of the neck and went right down his shirt.
Oh, nice.
Literally, it was like, doing, and went down his shirt. He's like, ah! He's like, I'm calling the fucking cops and all this other shit. I was like, what did you fucking say to me? I was like, what did you say to me? I'm like, you're inside. You're on private property now. I'm like, come back outside into the middle of the street. I'm like, you want to fucking say that again? I'm like, come into private property. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll beat the shit out of you in this fucking parking lot, and I'm not gonna get arrested. I'm like, I'll be gone, man. I'm like, I may be a chubbier fucking dude, but I can run. So, like, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that used to fucking happen all the time with me and Kate, that shit like that, she couldn't take me out in public because something stupid like that would happen. I could have been in jail right now. For something so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I could have been in jail. I could have been in jail, I could have lost my fucking job, I could have, like, over something so stupid. Like, so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't I, as a grown adult male, just walk away? Why couldn't I be like, okay, this guy's smoking, let me just move to the other side of the building?
Yeah.
Right? I didn't even think about it like that. My immediate thing that I went to is disrespect. Like, I'm like, you're disrespecting me. Like, my brain immediately went to, oh, you're not taking me seriously. So I need to beat on my chest to get you to take me seriously. And, like, I went back to that whole thing. It's all fucking PTSD. It's all PTSD. It's all bullying. It's all fucking getting picked on. It's all fucking Rick. That's all what it goes back to. All of it. Every single part of it. Like, that's just stupid. It was fucking ridiculous. Just talking about it, it's embarrassing. It is. It's embarrassing. You would have been like, hey, I thought you were coming down. Yeah, sorry, man, I was in jail. I might be facing 6 months in fucking jail. So if you don't talk to me, hey, I'm in prison. Over what? Because a guy was smoking a cigarette beside me and I didn't like it?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That's just fucking ridiculous. Like, I have some problems, and clearly, as you've said, I don't have the ability to fucking just cruise it out and fucking deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta do something.
It's because you have
'Cause
to
I
find
can't-
another
I'm-
way. It's just because it feels like you're assuming there's only one way. Like, there's an
Yeah.
easier way to deal with that, with getting revenge and also making it funny. Like, you could just be making fun of the guy. Like, just sit there and just start making fun of him, right?
I had no problem, but then he called me a fat fuck, and I lost it.
Oh,
Like, I just
okay.
blacked out. I was like,
Oh,
as
well, I
soon
think
as he
that's
said that
it.
to
It's
me, I
because
just
you
fucking
let it
lost
bother you. So already he's like, oh, good, I know, I got him, right? So those are the jokes that
Yeah.
he'll be making now. But if you're like, really? And then you just start making fun of his age or the fact that he needs a new hip or something like that, trust me, you'll see it turn around very close. Because when someone, and I've done this out of experience, when you're sitting there and either arguing with someone or making or jokes with someone, and they realize
Yeah.
that whatever they're saying does not bother you, they feel fucking like I've lost, because you've already hit them with a couple things that are bothering them, because people show what bothers them, right? I feel like I'm one of the
Yeah.
rare people that you can be making fun of, and I'll just come back with jokes, and I won't be offended, because I just don't really care. I know that the human being is so offensive about stuff, and I've been to a point
You know
where
what
I've already been in too many situations where I don't have anything to be like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Man, I was hanging from a fucking ceiling, taking a shit into a bucket with a roommate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be embarrassed
Yeah.
by shit.
You know what my problem is, and this is something that I've realized. I'm sensitive.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah.
I'm a sensitive person. I make up for it a lot with thinking that I'm scary and that I'm intimidating, and I get angry and I yell and I look like an idiot.
Because you're raised by a woman, though, right? That's actually how that works.
The main problem is that I'm sensitive. I've always been sensitive. My whole thing is I just make up with it by being a spaz.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, ooh, does that bother you? And I'm like, ah! And then most of the time they're like, oh, okay, fuck. Right? Like, I like immediately just go to freaking out. Like,
Yeah.
the only person that it doesn't bother at all is my sister. My sister has seen me go like full out Hulk mode, like fist through walls, covered in blood, spazzing the fuck out. And my sister literally has stood there and just laughed at me.
Yeah.
My sister is the only person in my life that has ever done that to me. This girl has like literally seen me go for fucking kitchen knives and shit like that. And she just laughs. She like laughs in my face. And I understand that that's not like, that's not the way to deal with things. But she's the only person in my life that's just like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
You know, like she's like, do you feel better about yourself right now? She's like, do you feel good? She's like, are you looking at yourself? Like, this make you feel like a man? And I'm like, ah! And I'm freaking out, right? And then at the end of it, once my little spaz out's done, she's like, you feel better now?
Yeah.
It's like, you feel good about yourself? And honestly, at the end of it, I always feel like shit.
Yeah.
I always feel like an idiot afterwards. And she's the only person that does that and just laughs. She's like, do you feel like a man now? She's like, you feel tough? You know? And it's just like, fuck, man. And at the end of it, I'm like, no, not at all, actually.
I have a
Like,
feeling she's not laughing too much these days, though.
yeah. But, I mean, my sister, you know, she does shit like that, right? That's why we just don't get along, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, like, I'm not trying to open up that can of worms.
I
But no,
don't even think that
agree
we would
entirely
even
with
get
what
along
you're
these
saying.
days. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk about anything without her being, like, snobby about it or something.
Oh, she'd judge you. She would analyze the fuck out of you. My sister is like me, but she, and I don't use this word lightly, and I say it a lot, and I know I shouldn't. My sister's a bit of a cunt.
See, I would
She's
set her
like
up.
me.
I would set her up. So what I do is I have a watch that's only like $160. It's one of those ones that it looks like it's real shiny. So I would like
Yeah.
wear that down there, and she'd be like, "Oh, how much that cost?" I'd be like, "Oh, only $100. It's fake." And you know what I mean? Just I would do shit like that because her
Just to
point,
bother.
her point would try to be like rub it in because you can buy it or whatever, right? When we everything I'm wearing is fake. So
Well, but that's the thing. But you made a good point, right? Like, you just have to desensitize yourself. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you're always going to open yourself up to getting hurt about shit.
oh,
right?
trust me, yeah.
And my
You
my
have to
whole
learn
thing
what your
is that-
weaknesses are and start with those. You have to learn to get those done first because everything else just comes into place. But yeah, see, I don't even remember what my weaknesses used to be honest. I don't think I had any at all even before my accident. I think that's why. Because, you know, going through all that shit made me probably a little less embarrassed about shit. Because I've obviously been... Yeah, so... I don't know, that's probably about it. I don't even remember what used to get on my nerves. I don't know. I really don't know.
No, I mean, it was such a long time ago for you, right? Like, I mean, the who you are now and who you used to be is so far apart, like worlds apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the thing is that my whole problem is I have a tendency to focus on the negative things. So in general, a lot of the time I'm a negative person. So here, let me just basically just be blunt about it. I'm a negative person. I'm pessimistic. I am constantly rambling, so I'm all over the place, which makes it difficult for people to follow along with my conversation. I know exactly what it is that I need to be doing and should be doing, and I don't do it. And then I turn around and feel sorry for myself because I'm not doing it. Like right now, I have a course that I should be doing through work. Right,
Yeah.
My work paid for it. You know, it's all paid for. I could go write the test, and if I pass, I could be making like an extra $10,000 a year.
What?
I still haven't done it.
What?
Still haven't done
Okay,
it.
even I'm actually going to go against that one. Why the fuck haven't you done that, though? Man, that's huge.
I just...
I get it. I get it. I've been in jobs where maybe the job that they give you is something that you may not maybe want or you may not know much about. I don't know. But,
no, I love my job.
man, just think
You
of
know
the
what it is?
Flintstones, man. He won the job. He won the job. Of course, he got his test switched, but...
I procrastinate.
Well, yeah, so does everyone
my
else in
problem
this
is-
world, but about that type of stuff?
My problem is that I always think that there's more time.
Ah, the old...
Like right now I'm on...
The old mistake.
Yeah, right now I'm on vacation. And I mean, I could probably go through all of this stuff, get myself ready, take a week of just straight up, just every day, study, and then I could probably go book my test. And I could just do it. Just cram. Just cram for a week straight. That's my job because I'm on vacation. And honestly, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. When I get back from your place, I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
What would you have to
more
be
than likely
studying?
what I'm
Do you
gonna-
even know that?
No, it's CCNA. It's for my CCNA, which is my switching and routing. I understand the basics of the concepts. Like, I mean, I'm involved in this industry, so I know IP, I know subnet, I know DHCP, I know NAT, I know all this other stuff. The problem is I don't have the paper. Okay, and this is one thing my mom always told me: it doesn't matter what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
And that is as true in personal relationships.
Well, yeah, 2 plus
as it
2
is
is
in the
4,
real
but how
world.
did you get there, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Show your
hated
work.
that because I was actually pretty good at some math where I could do it in my head, and they're like, "Oh, but how did you do it?" I'm like, in my head. They're like, "But we need you to write." And I hated long division. I fucking hated writing it out. And they're like, "Well, how'd you come to that number?" I'm like, my mind just it puts together, and that's what it is. And they're like looking at me like I'm weird. Because, like, I wasn't the best student in a lot of my classes. So they're like, what, just, you're not like a wizard. Like, fuck, put it down, you cheater. So.
Yeah. Dude, I ended up in special ed, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I got sent to Brock. I got sent to fucking Brock, man. I was in the special... Bro. Bro, I got sent to special ed.
I know,
Okay?
grade
Special fucking ed.
4, I had, every Friday there was a person that they hired that took me out of class and did whatever I wanted. So if I wanted to go play basketball or I wanted to just, like, sit in the gym and do whatever, I got to. I guess they thought that I was just, like, troubled. Well, they were right. I just don't know how they found out. But it was more or less like they kind of knew, like, the home environment was bad, right? So...
Yeah. That was like, fuck, who was it? Miss Larkin. Grade 6. So she was a teacher at Central. She was my grade 6 teacher.
Oh.
And every other week I would come in with like marks on me, right? Because of Rick, right? Whatever the fuck it was. I did something stupid or whatever. So, you know, he would like pick me up by like the shirt, like my shirt, and fucking it would leave marks around my neck and shit, right? So I was that kid that came in and like lied about shit. It was like, oh, hey, what happened to your neck? And I was like, oh, you know, me and my sister were wrestling and shit like that happened. And that would constantly continue to keep happening, right? And then I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been, it was either Morgan or Sam or Clayton or Mike Lee. One of them.
Probably Clayton.
Came over. And I can't remember. I was eating, maybe it was even, was it you? No, it wasn't
you.
No, Rick, I was eating in my room. So I think it was Mike Lee. I was eating in my room, and Rick was like a huge germaphobe. Like, he had a lot of problems. Like, he was just fucked.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was eating in my room, and Rick came home, and he saw that I was eating in my room, and I swear to God, it was like the entire fucking house just went black.
Oh, wow.
Like, this man gave me a look like, when your friend is gone, you're gonna die. Like, when your little friend is out of here, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I knew. He just gave me that look.
Yeah,
like,
I
okay.
know.
All right. He gave me that look like, all right, that's fine. Have your fun. Just wait till your friend leaves. It's all good. So me, knowing that I'm about to catch an ass whooping, I went to Mom and I was like, hey, can such and such stay over, right? Because Rick's a coward, right?
Yeah.
Like most abusive guys. He's a coward. He's not going to do anything in front of somebody that could actually do something about it, right?
Yeah.
Like most guys are that abuse children or women or whatever. They're fucking cowards. So anyway... my mom's like, no, blah, 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 and all this other shit, and, so anyway, he left, and everything was normal. I thought everything was fine, all this other shit. So, so Rick's like, okay, you're gonna take that bowl out of your room. He's like, did you spill anything anywhere? And I'm like, no. He's like, why were you eating a can of pasta on your carpet? He's like, just explain it to me. He's like, explain to me your logical thinking for eating spaghetti on a fucking carpet. He's like, you tell me why you couldn't move your fucking fat ass 3 feet down the stairs and eat it at the table like a normal fucking human being. And I was just like, you know, I'm like, what, this is grade 6, so I would have been like, what, 9 or 10, right? And I was like, I didn't have an answer for him. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say to you? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm a kid. Like, what am I supposed to say? He's like, you're not going to give me an answer. And I was like, I don't know what to say. Next thing I know, I fucking literally flew like fucking 4 feet across the kitchen and like smashed the side of my face off the sliding door that used to be on our kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even see it coming. The next thing I know, my body is literally like soaring 4 feet off the ground. And I smash my head off the sliding fucking door. So I start screaming and I start crying. And this is part of the reason why, like, I don't like my mom. And there's some, like, serious problems that I have with my mom. My mom comes upstairs and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And Rick's like, oh, he mouthed off to me, and he did this, and he did that, and blah, 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 blah. So my mom's like, ah, blah, 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 blah. This whole fucking thing starts, right? So my mom, being the type of woman that she is with men, just leaves the room, right? Because she's not going to do anything about it, because she's got no nerve. Because, you know, her dad was an alcoholic, and God knows what happened with that, and, you know, anyway. So she fucking basically leaves me there to get fucking beat on by this grown-ass man. This grown-ass bodybuilder, fucking solid muscle, fucking dude is just beating my ass, and my mom's not helping me. My sister comes down the stairs, I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm covered in fucking blood, because this guy is beating my ass. My sister comes down the stairs and starts laughing at me. Rick's like, get back upstairs, go back up to your room. My sister's like, fucking walks back up the stairs, because, you know, she thinks other people's pain is funny.
Yeah.
Right? So this guy fucking drags me up the stairs into my room. He's like, you gonna eat in your fucking, he's like, you gonna eat in your room again? I was like, no. So he fucking takes my face and starts fucking slamming it off the carpet. And he's like, you gonna eat in your room again? I'm like, no. He's like, are you fucking lying to me? I'm like, no. So this guy fucking pulls my pants down and literally starts spanking me as hard as you fucking can. Like, think of it as the strongest, like the most, like you were swinging a baseball bat, okay?
Yeah.
Like that's the type of swing you were putting into this thing. So the guy fucking pulls my pants down and just starts like fucking just wailing on me. So anyway, so I'm fucking like half conscious. This guy's beating the living fucking shit out of me. All this other stuff. Leaves me there. My sister comes in and she's like, ha ha, I told you shouldn't eat in your room and blah, 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 blah. What I didn't fucking realize is that Mike Lee's dad hadn't come to pick him up. So Mike Lee was actually sitting on the front, you know where the deck used to be?
Yeah.
At the house in Burlington? Mike Lee was sitting there and saw the whole thing. He saw the whole thing. He saw the whole fucking thing happen. So Mike opens up the door, and I don't know what it was about Mike, but like the kid just like, you know, like the kid didn't care. There's one thing that I got to give up to that fucking kid, like he just didn't give a fuck, right? So he was the only person that actually went to Rick and was like, I saw everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw everything you did. And Rick was like, you're not welcome back here anymore. Mike's like, I'm going to tell everybody what you did.
Yeah.
And all this other shit. So Mike told his parents told the school, his parents called my mom and told them everything that was happening. And I went back to class, and she saw, like, Miss Larkin saw all the marks and shit on my neck. So she called my mom and all this other shit because nobody could get a hold of Rick, right? Because, you know, typical coward, he's going to hide so nobody can actually get a hold of him, right? So I come home, my mom gets in this huge fucking screaming match. She's like, you don't touch my children, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, finally, this shit is going to end. I'm like, finally, this is going to fucking stop. Right? Like, finally, my mom is actually going to fucking do something, and she's going to make this all end. Right? Like, fucking, this guy's been beating on me since I was old enough to walk. I'm like, finally, somebody's going to help me. Right? Like, this shit is going to stop. This guy stopped whooping on me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks it lasted.
Yeah.
2 weeks he stopped beating on me. And then guess what? It went back. And it continued on until the day that he left. Till the day that he cheated on my mom and she caught him and he left and he was gone. It continued on for the rest of that time.
What, in the house?
Oh, yeah. Didn't he hit me, like, right in front of you?
No, I'm talking
like,
about
he never
cheating.
did shit like that? No. Rick was like, he was a serial cheater. So he, like, I used to, like, be in the car with him because me and him, I kind of had that, like, that Munchausen syndrome thing kind of going on. Like, your aggressor and your attacker becomes, like, your closest friend.
Yeah.
So Rick bonded with me through the abuse. We had something in common because what I didn't realize is his father, when he came back from the war, was horribly abusive to Rick. He sexually assaulted him, he touched him, he beat him, he beat on Rick for years. Like, even when he became a teenager, like, into adulthood, Rick was scared fucking shitless of his father. And that's typical with abusers, right? Because I saw Rick I saw Rick's dad go after him a few times when we would go down to PEI to visit. And, you know, here's this man who is basically like a giant to me, right? Like, I'm scared fucking shitless of this man. Like, I won't see anything sideways to him. I won't look at him the wrong way, right? I won't do anything. But in front of this man's father, he would just crumble and fall apart.
Yeah.
Like, his dad could be like, what did you say to me? And his dad's like 70-something, right? Like 60-something, 70-something. And Rick would be like, I'm sorry, sir. And he was just like, he was horribly afraid of his father. And what I realized is that was that mentality. Like, Rick's dad beat on him and abused him and sexually assaulted him and just did a bunch of fucked up shit, right? Because during World War II, guys used to rape each other. And that's not something that they talk about, but guys used to get raped. So I guess something happened to Rick where he got like, Rick's dad, he got like raped or sexually assaulted, or he was like the victim of like continuous rape or something like that. My mom told me all this like years later. Like, Rick wrote her like a huge like 10-page letter, and Rick was getting older and he wanted to like apologize, and there was like a bunch of stuff that I guess maybe Rick was, you know, trying to make amends for the shit that he did in his life, right? Like, maybe he became religious and he didn't want to go to hell. Like, I don't know.
In a
Anyway,
few seconds, so
mom,
sorry, the delivery guy might be here. Just an FYI, my phone could go off any second.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So, yeah. So anyway, all that shit happened and blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, just fucking continued on, man. It continues on from there. Like, that's where 90% of my bullshit comes from.
Yeah.
90% of it. 90% of it. If Rick wasn't, like, such a fucking asshole and can put things